Right, so the time has come for you to get a brand new PC. Your current one is hanging on for dear life by a thread, but where do you go? What do you do? Well, there are of course tons of different options available, but one such potential choice is from today's video sponsor NZXT, who not only allow you to build custom PCs, but they also offer pre-built ones too, taking away all that faff if you prefer. For custom PCs, you can select the exact internals and designs you want, from chipsets to cases and storage, fitting to your specific budget as well. Now previously I've only really dabbled in adding RAM or a new SSD to a machine, often selecting to go with pre-built computers or laptops. So if you're like me, then this might be the way to go. But what does a pre-built NZXT PC look like in the flesh? Well, they come in 3 different player options, either player 1, 2 or 3 like this one I have here, which is one of the upgraded Prime versions. Designed for top-of-the-line gaming, but also for streaming and just all-round content creation too. Auto-upping things like the CPU and GPU from an Intel Core i7 to an i9, and the GPU tops out at a delightful NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 powerhouse. NZXT also sent over one of their monitors, keyboard, mouse and mouse pad. I am fully kitted out. A quick note before we continue, if you have just purchased a new pre-built PC or a custom build one, 2 things. Number 1, make sure that this little guy here is switched to the number 1 and not the 0. That turns it on. You'd be surprised. And number 2, make sure if you are connecting a monitor, for example, you are plugging it into the graphics card here and not the motherboard here. There are ports on both, and again, easily confused when you are first starting out in this game. I was one of those people very early on when I first looked at PCs and ended up wondering why the performance wasn't very good. Make sure if you've got a really expensive premium graphics card that you are actually using it, not the motherboard. Now personally I have the 13th gen here, but on the website it does now say 14th gen, and I also have 128GB of RAM and 1TB of storage. Fully spec'd out with a new monitor and accessories too, it tops out at an eye-watering approximate 5K, but you don't really have to go that far. The lesser spec Auto Prime option is under 4K, the standard Player 3 is just over 2K, and then you have an even more wallet-friendly Player 2 and 1 options that may suit your budget even more, some even under 1,000, while still offering really reasonable spec options and great designs. And you can manually select your build really simply and clearly for specs and pricing that's right for you. And all PCs are assembled here in the UK, so if you are in the UK, then it means that custom PCs can be made within 2 business working days, which is wild. And you can have these builds in either black or white like I have here, and I think it looks incredible. With RGB lighting all over the shop, on the grand total of 10 fans split intake and exhaust, on the DDR5 6000 RAM sticks, and the GeForce RTX 4090 graphics card. All the internal workings are visible thanks to the simple screw access removable tempered glass, and this also allows you to see this awesome temperature gauge on the front of the all-in-one liquid cooler pump. How this works is the heat from the CPU, which is behind the pump, is dissipated by the liquid running around said pump, and then as it passes down these pipes up into this radiator fan kind of combo, the heat is then pushed out of the system. But what of performance? Well, jumping into Cinebench here, as you can see, it absolutely crushes it with a CPU multi-core score of 37,477, and then a single core score of 2,169. Then on Geekbench, we've got single core score of 2,748, multi-core 18,083, with an OpenCL score of 319,923. Mwah, chef's kiss. And I've just gone into Time Spy on 3D Mark, and as you can see, everything running really nice and smooth, with another whopping score of 31,536. Actual gaming on here has been seriously impressive, certainly more than my actual gaming ability. My excuses raising a young family has left me severely lacking in practice time. It does a superb job with smooth gameplay at 4K resolution and high frame rates, and has excellent ray tracing capabilities, the full shebang. But it's not just gaming. For really anything you want to do, this absolutely can crush it. Web browsing, spreadsheets, any kind of documents really. This thing just feels so fast and smooth. And as I said before, NZXT PCs also cater to content creators too, as thanks to the immensely powerful GPU performance, this machine will be excellent for things like video and photo editing, 3D rendering, graphic design, streaming, etc. If you're an Adobe Premiere Pro user, a DaVinci Resolve user, then this Player 3 Prime will still be ideal, absolutely monstering through any of your workload. This really is a no-nonsense, zero-compromise, highest-tier system, and one that'll future-proof you too straight out of the box, even if it is upgradable anyway, should you want to, further down the line. If you did want to pick up this NZXT monitor, it's their Canvas 25F, a 25-inch 16:9 Full HD IPS gaming one, which isn't their top of the line in terms of resolution. It's not Quad HD, it's not 4K, which they do also offer, but it is 240Hz, so again, those high frame rate games will look super smooth and blur-free. It has a contrast ratio of 1000:1, has a 1 millisecond response time, is VESA display HDR 400 certified, and has AMD FreeSync premium tech, helping you reduce all those nasty screen tears mid-game. And to round it off, you even have anti-glare, flicker-free, and low blue light qualities too. Along with this adjustable stand, with its tiny bezels, it looks pretty swish indeed. You can rotate and tilt to your preference, and all of your nasty cables can be kept nice and neat, passing through the hole here. But what of cables? Well, we are pretty stacked with ports too. It has 2 HDMI ports, 1 display port, 2 USB Type-A, 1 USB-B, 1 USB-C, and you also have a 3.5mm audio too. Function full-sized mechanical keyboard here, again in white, very sleek, aluminium premium build, and has N-key rollover, so it has the ability to scan each key press individually at the same time.
Oh yeah. What a sound.
And you have the lift mouse and mouse mat, rounding it off if you wanted to go full NZXT. I will leave links to all of the product information in the video description below if you're interested. Check out some of my other videos here that I think you might enjoy, and follow my other social medias, Instagram, TikTok, and X, for more short-form content on the NZXT Player 3 Prime PC. My name's Adam, you've been the best as always, I'll love you and leave you, I'll see you in the next one, ASBYT, peace out.